Good afternoon everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I would like to do an introduction on this BMW 2 Series. This car is from the F22 generation and it's the 220i, which has got the 2-liter 4-cylinder and 184 horsepower engine. And it's also got the automatic 8-speed transmission made by ZF. This is going to be an in-depth look at the car, both on the exterior and the interior. First of all, let's check out the trunk. Surprisingly, the trunk itself is quite spacious. The cargo capacity is 390 liters, which is really sizable for this class of a car. And as it can be seen, the seats can be folded down in 3 parts. You can fold down only the middle part if you want to pass through longer items, but you can also fold down the seats by grabbing on these handles on either side. There is also a cargo net in the middle, which can hold down loose items. And on the left side, there is a pocket for smaller items, a 12-volt outlet. There's also a hook here. On the right side, there is another hook and an even deeper pocket. So you can have your oil here. And, you know, it's a BMW, so you have to have your oil. And no, the joke aside, we got this car in the family for more than 2 years and it's got no oil consumption. Anyway, all in all, I think it's a really decent trunk. And I haven't even mentioned that it's also got a warning triangle in the trunk lid and you can pull it down from both sides. Now let's check out the beautiful interior. To get into the rear, you have to hold this handle, pull it up, and then fold the seat away. And then it's quite easy to step in. Once we are inside, we can appreciate the fact that they didn't forget about the rear passengers. Of course, this isn't the most spacious car in the world, especially in the headroom department. But for children or for shorter adults, it can be quite adequate, and it's got a lot of nice features inside. They have access to the pockets and the seat backs. They also have personal vents with adjustable temperature. Below that, there is a 12-volt outlet. They have a wide armrest with 2 cup holders. Below that, there is a storage tray. And this is what I was mentioning, that the middle part of the seat can be folded to pass through longer items. The material quality is excellent, with beautiful stitching on the leather parts and soft plastics here. And above that, on top of the airbag sign, there is part of the ambient lighting, which is down glowing in orange, but it could also be set to white. There's also a coat hook and a beautiful light panel in the middle, which can be used as a reading light on either side, or you can also use it as the full illumination. Taking all of this into consideration, I think it's a pretty nice place to be. And just for comparison, I recently had a Mercedes CL500 from 2010, and in the rear it was nearly not as nicely appointed as this one is, and it's one of the flagship models of Mercedes, so I think this is a really decent job from BMW. So on that note, let's continue with the front. For the most part, the seats are adjusted manually in this car, except for the lumbar support, which is the round button here, which can be adjusted 4 ways, in and out and up and down. And there is also this button, which can adjust the width of the backrest, so it can provide a comfortable seating position for all body types. We can also check out this stylish door panel with deep pockets, a nice wood insert, and metal speaker grills for the Harman Kardon sound system. It's got the same steering wheel as the 1 Series on which this car is based upon. On the left side there are the buttons for the cruise control and the limiter, and on the right there are the controls for the volume, the audio source, the channel, like radio or song selection, and also there are the buttons for the telephone. In the instrument cluster, it's possible to check out various trip data, such as the average consumption, momentary consumption, average speed, the date, and also the distance to the empty tank. Between the seats there is a sliding armrest, revealing a storage box, also equipped with a USB and a 3.5mm jack input. There is also a manual handbrake if you want to slide around. And it still has the pretty self-explanatory control stack for the iDrive system within this wood insert. And next to it, there is the shift knob for the 8-speed automatic transmission. With this one, you can enable or disable the parking sensors or the rear view camera. Now it's only showing the sensors, but you can select the camera with the iDrive, or of course, when engaging reverse on the transmission, it automatically pops the camera up. There is also the drive mode selector, and you can choose from a host of options from Sport Plus, which is automatically turning the traction control off. There's just the Sport, the Comfort, or the Eco Pro settings, and now the stop-start system is disabled. You can see on the button here that it's not lighting up, but if you change it back to Comfort, it's now not turning the engine off. In front of the drive mode selector, there's the button to turn off the traction control completely, regardless of the drive mode that is selected now. And there are two cup holders. There are also these inserts. It is a factory inserts. You can use them, or you can just use them as cup holders. But there are two inserts here, which are like this. One is a shallow to fit on in the left side, and there is a deeper one which can also hold the key if you want, and it can fit in the right side, and it has a slot for the key. There is also a cigarette lighter here, and it's supposed to be an ashtray, but I think the tray itself is missing from here. If we continue upwards, there is the air conditioning panel. The cool thing is that you really don't have to look at it to turn the seat heating off. So now it's off, and if you just press and hold, it will turn off again, but it doesn't matter which setting it was on previously. So it could be on low, medium, or high, and you just press and hold, and it will turn off. And that way you don't have to look at it all the time if you want to turn it off. Anyway, the climate control is pretty standard. It's a dual zone climate control with temperature selection for both sides, and also you can select the fan speed. Now it's in automatic mode, and you can also select from 5 fan speeds for the automatic mode as well. Above that, there are the controls for the radio. It's a line of capacitive buttons, so if you touch it lightly, it will display the name of the radio station on the top of the display, and if you select it by clicking, then it will change the radio station as well. Of course, there are the modes on the left side, as well as the traffic information, and on the right side the eject button for the disc that can be loaded here, but there's no disc at the moment. The main display can also be used as the navigation, and of course you can access the various settings of the car from here. The car is equipped with the auto-dimming rear view mirror, as well as the same light fixture as in the rear, so it can be used as the full illumination or just reading light. And behind that there are the controls for the sunroof, which is not a new style panoramic roof, but it's quite decent size. It's of course electric, and it's equipped with a manual shade. Here in the sun visors there are lights and mirrors on both sides. Before checking the car out from the outside, I just wanted to briefly mention that the buttons for the collision warning and the lane keeping assist are located below the light switch. And now we can check out the exterior, and like on all BMWs, to open the hood you have to pull the lever twice. As the car is not equipped with the M packet, it has the chrome exterior package, which is more on the elegant side, and it has beautiful 17-inch wheels with 205/50 Michelin tires. It also has the exterior illumination package, so if you open it up, the LEDs in the door handles will light up, as well as the rear lights and the angel eyes in the front headlights. We can open the hood and see that the engine compartment was designed with the 6-cylinder engine in mind, so it can be seen from here that the engine is only starting here. Basically, that's just a big air intake. And this 2-liter engine fits quite easily here, but as we know, the car was sold in the 240i and the M2 variants, which had the 3-liter inline 6, so that's why there is the bigger engine bay. Despite being 2 liters only, this engine is more than enough for this car, and on top of being balanced and easy to use, it's really giving you the opportunity to have some fun on the weekends. This concludes our video of this beautiful BMW 220i. Thank you for checking in, and I see you guys next time. Take care. Bye-bye.